Hey, if you or someone you love is on Medicare right now in 2026, you need to stop what you're doing and watch this because there is a $615 surprise hitting millions of Medicare enrollees completely out of nowhere. And I am already seeing it flood my comments section. People are writing and saying things like, I went to the pharmacy and my prescription was $60 when it was $10 last month and I can't see my doctor anymore. Something changed with my coverage. Comment after comment, page after page. And I want you to understand exactly what is happening, why it's happening, and what you can do about it right now. Because around here, we don't just deliver the bad news and disappear. We help you find the money, keep the money, and stretch the money. So stay with me because there is genuinely good news buried in here. And I'm going to make sure you leave this video with a real action plan. I started Retiree's info because I've been in tough spots myself. I know what it feels like to open a letter from the government and feel your stomach drop. I know what it's like to be at the pharmacy counter and feel blindsided by a number you weren't expecting. And I know how frustrating it is when the rules change and nobody explains them in plain English. That is exactly what's happening to Medicare enrollees right now. And I was actually warning about this back in late 2025. I said, get ready. 2026 is going to get ugly for Medicare enrollees. And unfortunately, we are already seeing that play out, and we're not even that far into 2026. So let me break this down for you the way I always do. Plain English, real answers, no fluff. Here's what I want you to walk away knowing today. First, exactly what this $615 figure is and where it comes from, because it is very specific and very real. Second, whether this applies to your situation specifically. And third, what you can do about it right now, even if open enrollment has already passed. Knowledge is money, friends, especially on a fixed income. Let's go. Okay, so here is the core of what's going on. And once I explain it, it's going to make total sense, even though it is incredibly frustrating. Medicare Part D plans, that's your standalone prescription drug coverage, come with a deductible. And here's the thing that is tripping people up right now. Deductibles reset every single January 1st every year, and that reset is exactly what is catching people off guard. Here's what happened to a lot of people through the last several months of 2025. You were going to the pharmacy, maybe paying a $10 copay, maybe a $20 or $40 copay, or in some cases no copay at all because you had already met your deductible for the year. Life was fine. Then January hit, the calendar rolled over, and suddenly you went to pick up that same prescription, and the pharmacist handed you a bill for $400, and you're standing there thinking, what on earth happened? What happened is the deductible reset to zero, and now you have to spend through that deductible all over again before your insurance starts picking up the tab. Here's the specific number. The maximum allowable deductible for a Medicare Part D plan in 2026 is $615. That is the legal ceiling set by law, and the average deductible is sitting right around $590. So for millions of people, we're talking about needing to come out of pocket up to $615 before the plan covers a single dollar of your prescription costs. That is where the sticker shock is coming from. That is why people are flooding my comment section. It's not a glitch. It's not a billing error. It's the deductible reset, and it happens every single year. But 2026 is hitting especially hard because so much else changed in Medicare at the same time. Now, let me be very clear about who this is hitting hardest because this is not a situation that affects everyone equally. Seniors on fixed incomes. If your budget is built around Social Security and your Medicare costs, a $400 or $600 pharmacy bill in January is not just a surprise. It can mean choosing between your medication and your groceries. That is a real painful situation. And I do not take it lightly. People managing chronic conditions. If you have diabetes, heart disease, COPD, high blood pressure, or anything that requires regular prescriptions, this deductible reset affects you every month until you've spent through it. You are the people most likely to hit that $650 ceiling fast. Veterans, some of you are managing both VA benefits and Medicare. Make sure you understand which coverage is handling which prescriptions so you're not double charged or missing a benefit you're entitled to. People with disabilities, if you came to Medicare through SSDI rather than age, your plan options and extra help eligibility may look a little different. The same reset applies, but the solutions available to you deserve a separate look. Caregivers and adult children. If you manage benefits for a parent or spouse, this is your heads up. Check their pharmacy bills right now. A surprise deductible charge might already be sitting there. I want to be real with you. The deductible reset is the most immediate sting, but it is not the only thing that changed heading into 2026. Medicare has shifted in some massive ways, and I want you to have the full picture. The maximum out-of-pocket cap for Part D has gone up to $2,100 in 2026, up from $2,000 in 2025. Not a huge jump, but it's still more money you could potentially owe in a bad year. On top of that, hundreds of counties have been dropped from Medicare coverage areas entirely. Tons of plans have been eliminated or completely restructured. Millions of people were automatically crosswalked into brand new plans, meaning the plan you had last year may not even exist in the same form anymore. You might be on a different plan right now without fully realizing what changed. If you have a Medicare Advantage plan, your situation is a little different from straight Part D. About 35 million people, roughly half of all Medicare beneficiaries, are on Medicare Advantage. And those plans handle deductibles and prescription costs differently depending on the specific plan. So if that's you, the $615 figure may not apply directly, but you still need to know what your plan changed. Okay, I promised you good news, and I meant it. So let's talk about what can actually help. Extra Help, also called the Low Income Subsidy, is one of the most powerful and underutilized programs in Medicare. If you qualify, your Part D costs drop dramatically. We're talking co-pays as low as a few dollars and in some cases zero. The income and asset limits are more generous than most people assume, and millions of people who qualify are not enrolled right now. That is free money sitting unclaimed. Please look into it. The $2,100 out-of-pocket cap, yes, it went up slightly, but having a hard ceiling on what you owe in a year is still a genuine protection. Once you hit that cap, you pay nothing for covered Part D drugs for the rest of the calendar year. For people with high prescription costs, that is real, meaningful relief. And here's something a lot of people don't realize. Even outside of open enrollment, certain life changes qualify you for a special enrollment period. And plan comparison tools are available to you year-round. If your current plan isn't working, there may be more flexibility than you think. Here is your action list. I want you to actually do these things. Step 1, check your eligibility for Extra Help. You can apply through Social Security, through Medicare directly, or through your state's SHIP program. That stands for State Health Insurance Assistance Program, and those counselors are completely free. Step 2, go to Medicare.gov and use the Plan Finder tool. Enter your actual medications and your pharmacy. Let it do the math. You might find a plan that fits your life far better than what you're on now. Step 3, if you were automatically crosswalked into a new plan, don't just accept it. Find out what changed. You may have options you haven't been told about. Look, I know this is a lot. I know that navigating Medicare feels like a part-time job you never signed up for. And I know that for a lot of you watching, $615 is not an abstract number. It's a power bill. It's a week of food. It's the medication that keeps you healthy and moving. If this video helped you, please give it a thumbs up. It helps other Medicare enrollees find this information when they need it most. Share it with someone you love who is on Medicare. They may not know any of this yet. Subscribe if you haven't already. We post new content every week on benefits, savings, and how to make every dollar count. I read every single one, and I'd love to feature yours in an upcoming video. You've got this, and we've got you. I'll see you in the next